living by the truth that all rules of this universe are my rules, and with the divine blessings, I am here before you to narrate you yet another incident that would really bring a realization within you that would help you to transform yourself to a wonderful human being. For this, I am going to use 5 wonderful people and the incidents that happened in their lives. The first one is Thomas Alva Edison, a scientist who really gave an inspiration that the world would never forget. He went to school only for 3 months, but he invented 500 products and he had patent rights for 2000 products. Awesome, right? If you just think, okay, is it possible for a human being to create 500 inventions? It really shocks me. And the dream what he created at the age of 9, that there should not be a scientist like me ever before nor ever after. He wanted to become such a wonderful scientist and he made it. And yet another greatest lesson that we learn from the life of Thomas Alva Edison is, Thomas Alva Edison, in the process of inventing tungsten filament for the light bulb, he failed for 10,000 times. When he was asked, how do you feel failing for 10,000 times? He said that I did not fail for 10,000 times, but I discovered 10,000 ways wherein it does not work. So his focus was on learning, but never to worry for failure. Such a fantastic person. I am going to take an incident from his life. And the second one is Albert Einstein, a scientist who showed a new direction to this world. And today, the world is really prospering through it. And the third one is the greatest one that Indian motherland has given birth to. He is Mr. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, a name which brings a wonderful compassion in everyone. Just by remembering him, we spread peace in and around us. Such a fantastic personality who dedicated all his life for this nation. So he proudly wrote in his book that, Mother, the body which you have grown by feeding me with rotis, as you promised, I used it totally for this nation building. Such a wonderful personality. And the fourth one is Andrew Carnegie, a man who built America. Such a fantastic person who taught to the world that till 60 years we need to use our life for making money, and afterwards we have to donate all that money to the needy, to the destitute, to the poor. And he did it. In the 18th century itself, he made over $400 million and he donated all that money to the poor. Such a fantastic person who taught to this world the greatest truth that we have to only look into positive qualities in people, but never negative qualities. He was such a fantastic person who knew how to deal with people. He had 43 multimillionaires working for him. He declared to the world that dealing with people is a lot more like digging for gold. When we go digging for gold, our focus will always be on the gold, but never on dirt. Though we have to remove thousands of tons of dirt in order to extract an ounce of gold, still our focus will be on the gold, but never on dirt. In the same manner, he said that a man is like a gold mine, and the positive qualities within him are like gold, and the negative qualities are like dirt. And our focus should always be on the gold, that is the positive qualities, but never on dirt. What a wonderful principle he revealed to this world in order to build relations. So to deal with people, the greatest truth was brought in by Andrew Carnegie. And the fifth one is Henry Ford, a man who got inspired by seeing a cart run by a horse and made a car from it, setting an engine into it. A fantastic person who did not have any money to start this company, but his subconscious belief was so strong that he kept his plan on a paper and started narrating it to the world, and he made 26,000 crore rupees, and then he established his factory and came up with a car. Today the luxury which everyone desires for was his invention. Without Ford, I don't think that humanity must have experienced a car. Thanks to Henry Ford. So these 5 people I am taking today in order to bring a wonderful realization within you. The first incident that happened in the life of Thomas Alva Edison. One day, a friend of Thomas Alva Edison came to him and asked him, "So could you please give me your telephone number?" Thomas Alva Edison said, "1 second." So he went inside, took out his telephone directory, wherein he wrote all the telephone numbers. Looking at it, he read out his number to his friend. His friend was surprised. He asked, "What? Don't you even remember your telephone number?" Thomas Alva Edison said, "I don't. And I don't feel the necessity for remembering my telephone number." Is this answer from Thomas Alva Edison surprising, my friends? Think. Second incident. One day, a friend of Albert Einstein asked Einstein how many feet contribute to a mile. Albert Einstein's answer was surprising. He said, "I don't know." His friend got shocked. "What? You are the greatest scientist on this earth. You have come up with some of the greatest realizations, but you don't remember how many feet contribute for a kilometer." And Einstein said, "No, I don't know. If I want, I'll just look into a standard book, refer it and use it. But I don't remember how many feet contribute to a mile or any other measurement for that reason." Is this answer too surprising, my friends? Indeed, yes, right? The third incident that happened in the life of Abdul Kalam. One day, a proud father came to Abdul Kalam along with his son. He told proudly to Abdul Kalam that he is my son. He has dedicated 12 long years in mastering all the general knowledge that this universe contains. He knows everything. You can ask him anything, he would answer fantastically, instantly. He has really dedicated 12 years of effort in order to master everything. Listening to this, Abdul Kalam gave a smile and said that I can have this fellow with me for a lifetime for just 1500 rupees. This shook the father. He said he dedicated 12 years of his life in mastering the general knowledge that this universe contains. And you are simply saying that you can have him for 1500 rupees, that too for lifetime. This really pains me. And Abdul Kalam said, "Indeed, it's true." Isn't this answer really surprising, my friends? Do you really expect such an answer from Abdul Kalam? He answered it. So think why. The fourth one, that happened in the life of Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie had a lot of industries. He had a steel manufacturing industry called as United States Steel Manufacturing Industry. In that, thousands of people were working. So he appointed a manager to monitor how everyone was working in the industry. So he told the manager that you just look into the work of everyone. If anyone is not giving a good performance, we will fire him out. The manager said, "Done, sir." And he was on the process. And in the evening, when Andrew Carnegie returned to the office, in order to inquire whether the work was going great or not, the manager said that, "Sir, everyone is perfectly doing their work. But there is one man who is not at all working. I saw him in the morning, I saw him in the afternoon, I saw him in the evening. Even before talking to you, I saw him. He was sitting in a same posture with a crossed legs, putting those legs on the table and putting both his hands behind his head, and he's just relaxing with closed eyes. So he's not doing any kind of work. He's putting his legs on the table and sleeping, and we need to fire him immediately." Andrew Carnegie said, no, let him be like that. I'm paying him for being like that. Let him be like that. Isn't this answer still surprising, my friends? A guy sitting in the office from morning to night with crossed legs, that too on the table, putting his hands behind his head and just daydreaming. Isn't this answer from Andrew Carnegie surprising? Think why? And the final incident from the life of Henry Ford. Henry Ford grew wonderfully in life, made a lot of riches, and he was even into politics. One day, his opponent brought him to court by filing a case. And in the court, the opponent lawyer happened to ask him a lot of questions, nearly 24 questions. And surprisingly, the answer for every question that Henry Ford was asked was, "I don't know." Every time the opponent lawyer asked a question, Henry Ford used to say, "I don't know." The entire court audience used to create a big laughter. What? Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Company, the one who is considered to be the most successful person on this earth, doesn't know the answer for these simple questions. What a kind of man he is. Even the judge was surprised with the answer, and the opponent lawyer decided that he won the case and the deal was done. Henry Ford was lost in the game. But when this fun was going around in the court, Henry Ford said, "1 minute, I have something to talk to you." And he said that, "See, I don't need to remember all this nonsense. I will never remember all this information. If I sit in my chair and press a button, 100 people will stand before me who will be ready to give me any information I want. And I have the ability to recruit such people. I can recruit thousands of people like that. Why should I remember all this unnecessary information?" This made the court silent. Everyone got stunned with the answer that Henry Ford gave. Fantastic, right? But still, my friends, just check once. Why didn't Henry Ford did not remember all the simple informations which everyone knew, but Henry Ford didn't know? I gave you 5 wonderful incidents, and all the 5 incidents would be a bit controversial. The first one, Thomas Alva Edison not even remembering his telephone number, Albert Einstein not knowing how many feet contribute to a mile, Abdul Kalam saying that I can have this fellow for a lifetime for just 1500 rupees. And the fourth one of Andrew Carnegie, an employee who is just daydreaming, but still he says that I'm paying him for what he is and how he is. And Henry Ford, not knowing the fundamental information and proudly saying, I don't know. Isn't all these incidents surprising, my friends? Think, why did these people behave like this? Why did these people answer like this? What is the lesson that they really want to teach us? What should we really learn from these incidences? Just think and answer us. We'll come up with the answer in the next episode tomorrow at the same time. So will you come up with some wonderful answers? Explore your minds. Think why these people behave like this and write to us, text your message. We would be really happy to listen to your wonderful answers. See you tomorrow with the answers, my friends.
Every day, in every way, life is getting better and better. Don't miss to be a part of Venus Skill Training Academy, as you can't miss life.